Rush Duel is a fast-paced spin-off game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can summon as many monsters as you want and draw up to 5 cards each turn. In this series, me and the TheDrAlex progress through each Rush Duel product release and build decks with whatever cards were available at that time. We have been drafting characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime and have exclusive access to those characters' boss monsters, and will continue to draft characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush series. Join us as we continue to battle it out in this series, Rush Duel Character Draft. The triple build pack, Godbreath Wing, was released June 24th, 2023, and contains support for 3 types: Worms, Winged Warriors, or Music Princesses, and introduces a new archetype, Harpies. Worms are a fusion-based archetype revolving around having field spells. Music Princesses now have fusion monsters and their own Wonder Fusion spell. And Harpies are a maximum archetype that can also swarm the board with powerful monsters. So in the past, I've used Light Galaxy, which has been one of Alex's cards, and Alex has not had a chance to use any of my decks thus far. So for this week, we are letting Alex use our Worm Pool, and to counteract that, we are using our Shadow Flower plant monsters. So this is basically trying to recreate a duel that happened in the anime between Asaka and Rinrin, but Rinrin's plant cards are a bit crap, so we've gone back and using some of the older ones. So this is a fusion deck, and that means that basically all we really want to do is get out our big fusion monsters, and our fusion monsters are pretty good. We have Etrains and Etrains Maker, who can special summon a monster from the graveyard. The Stealth Submarine can pop monsters on the field. We have Javelin Ducks, which can pop a monster on the field as well as set one of our trap cards from our graveyard. We have Doshin Kaika, who can attack directly and set a different trap back to the graveyard. And then we have Make It Trains, the Shadow Flower Lunatic, who can reduce the attack of Alex's monsters by 730,000, which is quite a lot. We're going to summon out our fusion monsters and try and kind of have them go to town. We have Neoplandish, which is pretty good, get up to 3200 attack, can't be destroyed by traps. We have our legend monster, Pitch Black Werewolf, because again, we want our attacks to actually land. We are also playing a zombie card in the Strange Spectre of Celestial Severance, who is in here because it can send our traps and our fusion to the graveyard, as well as our other monsters. We want to get any trains into the graveyard so that we can bring it back using its effect to go for a fusion. We want to get fusion into the graveyard occasionally so that we can use Starry Start and bring it back. And we want to get our traps into the graveyard so that we can reset them using Doshin Kaika and Javelin Ducks. So this is the deck. We're feeling pretty good about it, but again, this is quite an old deck. It hasn't received a lot of modern support, and Alex is playing a deck that has just received modern support, so we're definitely the underdogs here. But let's fire on in and see what he's got for us. Last week we had the Machine Order versus Wind mashup deck, which was... that week very much felt like it was the leftovers, right? It was... because it's always a bit of a struggle when you get a set that only has a limited amount of different like deck support in it. That again, with just the worms, I had to really squeeze to get anything out of that. And obviously, you'd already used your 2, so you're using kind of a mishmash and some of the older support to try and make something work with that. But for this week, we are doing something a little bit different. We are going for another kind of anime matchup. That is assuming you've brought your worm deck this week.
Yep, I've crafted a worm deck.
Yeah, so in the past, we originally did it because there was a very big disparity between the starter decks that were released, based on the fact that I think you had 5 of them and I had 1 or something. So to try and rectify that a little bit, we did I borrowed the Light Galaxy, used the Dark Galaxy, and we played that out. And then recently we also did another Light Galaxy versus Dark Galaxy kind of anime match, which was kind of the big finale match of the first big arc, I guess, of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. So now we're gonna flip the script. Alex, for the first time, is going to be using one of my archetypes, which is Worms, and I am going to be playing, because again, unfortunately, Worms haven't had a ton of duels in the anime, and a lot of the ones they have played against have been archetypes that Alex has. The only exceptions to that is Jointech, which, looking at some of the releases, we're going to see a lot of that in the future, and we've just played machines, so we don't want to bring that back. But the other deck they have played against is Plants, so I'm going to be on Plants this week, which I am quite excited for. I haven't really played Plants that much, especially recently, because the latest wave of support for Plants was ass. It was all normal monster plants, so we are not bringing those today. Because those suck. Be interesting to see what worm build you're on, though. If you're going to be using a lot more of the new stuff, you're going to focus a lot more on the older stuff, because it's all kind of similar. They all kind of work on bringing out bigger guys and swarming the board. The new stuff obviously relies more on the fusion and having the destruction effects. Or you could really throw a spanner in the works and go for the maximum build, which could be interesting.
Oh yeah, I forgot they had a maximum.
I'm going to assume that means you're not
gonna
playing the maximum. I mean, the maximum is very dated. You look at it now and you're like, oh, this is clearly from like 2 years ago. Shall we fire it in and see what you've got for me?
Yes, go.
All right, let's go with this. All right, we will go first. This is not the greatest opening hand. We're going to set, and set, and then we're going to pass on that.
Okay. Set.
Okay.
Setsu Baiton. Let's go.
Okay, so we've milled the field spell. Are you Concord? Get the field spell back.
Build Dragon and the Fusion went in. Okay.
You hit over my Lindo, the Shadow Flower Warrior.
Man, we haven't seen plants in years. Feels like.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird one. Alright, I'm going to activate Monster Reborn. And I'm going to bring back Bill Dragon.
Oh, how dare you.
I mean, I need to play the game somehow. We're going to set some cards. We're going to go straight to battle. And we are going to attack. I think it's going to be Katetsu Baiton. We're going to try to at the very least. Okay, that's fine.
I want to keep him alive.
We'll pass on that.
I did not need to keep him alive. No. Yeah, I guess. Could have done that. But that's fine.
You know, at least you're playing monsters, right? It could always be worse.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, we have plays now. Alright, ready for this. We're gonna summon the Strange Spectre of Celestial Severance.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna look for a monster. Do I want Fusion in the grave? I don't believe I have any ways to get it back, so I think we're just gonna throw a second into the graveyard. Then we'll go ahead and summon out Dahlia, the Sprouting Shadow Flower. And the next trick, I think, is just going to be this. So I will tribute 2 and summon forth Neoplandish. So I can send the bottom card of my deck to the graveyard. This turn, this card cannot be destroyed by opponent's trap card effects. Also, if you send a plant type monster to the graveyard but meet this requirement, you gain 700 attack. So we'll just go ahead and do that, because why not? Aha! Right, we'll go to battle phase. We will give this one a little tap. And I think we'll give this one a little tap. We'll pass on that. Well, once again, I don't have any way to get to your life point, so if you could just wall up, you're still fine for a while here.
But
Okay. Alright, we're going to normal summon Acacia, the Flower Shadow Priestess, which has a very interesting effect, which means I can change one defense position monster on your side of the field to attack position, and then I can gain life points. I think I am going to choose this because I can't get over it with Acacia anyway, and I'll gain 16. I can't guarantee I'm going to get more than that off anyone else.
12, I think.
That was original.
Original attack, yeah.
Okay. I should have used Plandish's effect, but whatever. We will attack with Bill Dragon. We will then attack with Acacia.
Just.
We will... It doesn't really matter what I kill here. I guess I don't really care about you keeping vanilla though. Okay, that's fine then. Then we will pass the turn.
At long last. Whoop. Tribute them off.
Ooh, blast them up. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd do, just in case.
Why would you not? Well, I suppose you wouldn't if you were going to fuse.
Yeah.
You could just use Blast to its effect.
Oh, I can.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Go to battle. Swing.
Alright, how do we want to do this? So you can't be destroyed by effects or battle. We will activate Magic Cylinder.
Nice.
Now the question is, do I want to use this? I need a way to deal with it that isn't destruction, and there aren't that many of those. I could potentially do something like that, but is that even worth it? I suppose I need to be able to wall up anyway. Yeah, we'll do this. We will activate Shadow Flower Returns. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, I can shuffle 3 plant-type monsters from my graveyard into the deck, destroy the attacking monster. Then if I destroy a monster by its effect, I can special summon a plant monster from my graveyard. So,
okay.
We will go ahead and chuck these 3 back. And then the plant monster I'm going to summon. If I summon Plandish, I can guarantee get the effect off, because I know what's on the bottom of my deck right now. But what does having a 3200 attacker do in this situation? If I bring back Lindo, there is a chance I could draw into Fusion. Well, that's a very, very slim chance.
Especially when you're only drawing 1 card next turn.
Ah, you think I'm only drawing 1 card, eh? Ah, the uninitiated. If I do summon a fusion, what fusion actually helps me here that Lindo is used in? In which case it does not really matter. We will just summon Plandish then. What? Oh, it does shuffle the deck. In which case I do not know what the bottom card of my deck is.
Oh, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so we'll draw. Go ahead and activate Ship of the 7 Treasures. Discard and draw 2. Not the best draws, not gonna lie. Right, we will summon my Alparis the Sower. We'll go ahead and activate its effect. So now I can place a card from my hand on the bottom of my deck, mill 3, and then draw a card. Okay, that's interesting. Unfortunately, right now that doesn't do a ton. You still have your pesky can't be killed. I can not do anything with this, so I might as well set it. I will then tribute set. Set another monster. Set another back row. We'll activate Neoplandish. 300 damage. Is 300 damage going to be relevant? Yeah, sure, why not? Wow. Pass.
Wow.
You have the ability to destroy Plandish with your effect if you want to.
Don't I? Let's do that. Yeah.
Goodbye, my Plandish.
1, 2.
Okay. Swarming with vanilla weenies.
Let's trade in.
Ooh, okay.
Set this. Go to battle.
Okay. Aha, it was
Ooh,
Gatling.
that's what it was.
That was just another copy of Lindo. What does this do? Does that change literally anything? I don't think it does, you know? I think I might as well let this die. Okay. We got stuff. Fortunately, not super awesome stuff. Just kind of regular stuff. How do I want to play this? I suppose we start by summoning out Gekka, the Shadowflower Beauty. We're then going to activate Invading Nature and target this back row. If we get rid of Barricade. Negate the attack. Okay. That is potentially really good that we hit that. We will then need to make sure I don't... Oh, I have to use a card from my hand to use this. This is discard as well. So as long as I have a card in my hand, it doesn't have to be a monster. Okay. We'll go ahead and activate Gekka. we will... So I can pay 500 life points to add an earth attribute plant type monster from my graveyard to my hand. So we will grab Rindo. The problem is I still don't have the card that I'm after. So we will have to activate Ship of the Seven Treasures, pitch and draw. Oh, that is really unfortunate. We are so close. And yet so far. I'm always taking... I guess I'm not 100% dead. I'm just almost certainly dead. So I'll set, and set.
Okay.
And then pass.
Normal summon.
The second blast.
Normal summon.
Okay,
Fusion. Be careful with which blast summon we touch here.
I don't think it matters really. I think you're in a situation where you would have to catastrophically make a mistake to not just win here.
Yeah. Let's activate the effect. Send the Picklon, destroy these.
You're telling me Gecko doesn't destroy? Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting you to use Blasphemous effect.
Hmm?
Well, now I can use Strike. So, I can place 2 plant monsters to my graveyard to the bottom of my deck. So, what does not matter at all? I guess these don't matter. Oh, there's a chance. There's now a chance. I hope in a dream.
I was thinking about the attack directly trap card.
Yeah, I mean, that would also be fantastic there, but I did not have that one. Alright, we'll start out with Invading Nature. We'll get rid of this. No, that wasn't going to be too helpful with your awesome-ass board. Alright, are you ready to see my victory?
Possibly?
We will summon out Lindo. We will activate Fusion. I'll combine my 2 monsters together to create Doshin Kaika, the Shadow Flower Full Moon. I can activate its effect. Yep. To mill 3 and make it so I can attack directly this turn. And set a trap card. Then we can get in for game.
How about that?
Oh, yeah. I really thought you were just going to activate Blasphemous effect, pop my guy, and then I was like, well, now my back row does nothing. Obviously, you were playing around a trap, which was the sensible thing to do. Just unfortunately, the other trap. We'll see what happens in game 2.
Oh, I think. Go first.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That seems like a fine opening. I don't know what's wrong with that. Got all those cards at your hand. You're not like stuck there with 2 7s in your hand or something.
True.
How do I want to approach this? I kind of want this out, I guess. So I will set, tribute to, and summon out Plandish. Normal summon out Acacia, activate Acacia, flip this up. Then the problem is you have so many high defense monsters in that deck. I say high defense, higher defense than normal. We'll summon out Lindo, activate Plandish, go to battle. We will see what this is first. Okay. Try and get over this. Then we'll get in for 1,000. We'll pass. I have no back row, so go off, King.
Well, okay. Might as well.
Yep, that's the best way to pop off.
Picklon.
Okay.
Let's send Haikango. Set. Summon.
It's Toby.
Go, Toby Shark.
Okay.
Go, Picklon.
Well, fortunately, we're not taking a shit ton of damage here, which is something. Let's see what we draw. Yeah. Alright, behold. Alperis the Sower. We'll activate the effect. Throw this to the bottom, mill 3 and draw. It's not the worst draw. We'll summon out Lindo. And we'll summon out Pitch Black. Gotta make sure you're not using that pesky legend trap of yours. Go for a little swing. As much as I'd like to get more damage in, I think 500 is... It would have been enough, but I wasn't going to be bold enough to attack it. I'll tell you that much. And we'll pass on that. He's back.
Second, yes, and...
Ooh, do these two fuse?
No, unfortunately not.
I forget what fuses we've got in the new stuff. Okay.
It's Helmet fuses with the...
Oh, it's a Helmet and Toby and then Helmet and Blast on it.
Yeah.
It's just all Helmet. Okay. So, didn't use the effect, so probably not Worm in hand?
I don't have a field card.
Oh, yes. I forget about that stipulation. Right, so you have a 2500 boy. 25, turns out, is quite big. I think I only have one way to deal with that. So, Monster Reborn. We will bring back Plandish. We'll go ahead and activate it and see if we crash or not. Okay, we do get to beat over as is. The problem now is that legend traps exist and they're scary. No point in this staying in attack mode either way.
You don't want to risk a cheeky extra 500 damage.
I do actually potentially have another play. But I guess there's no reason to hoard this in my hand, so I will tribute 2. We'll summon out the trains. We'll set this and set this. Go to battle. We will attack and just pray there's no cylinder in our future.
There's the cylinder.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. We'll pass on that.
Okay. Peaks.
Okay.
Helmet. Usual.
Oh, you're shotgunning that very quickly. Could have used Blast Time at first.
I don't want to lose some of these cards in my hand.
Oh yeah, but isn't going for game better than having more cards?
True.
Alright, so now you can use that. Target the shutter.
Whatever that was. Set. Kanko. Let's get rid of these two.
No, Alex, you're supposed to target the shutter.
Battle.
If you target shutter, it doesn't get destroyed, so you don't have to lose anything.
Quit monster. Oh, and this card. See, I don't play worms enough.
I mean, that's understandable. Now, this hand does not do anything at the moment. So, if next turn you just have a way to pop 2 monsters, which means if I don't deal with this now, I'm probably just screwed. So I have a chance to draw 2 cards, or 0, or a guaranteed 1 draw. I think we have to go for the 1 draw. We'll activate 7 shit. Discard draw. Ugh, that is not helpful. So use this effect. You don't need to have a field spell, so that doesn't do anything. Using this effect would not change anything. There is really not a lot I can do here. I'm afraid I will set, and then pass the turn.
Okay. Titan.
Okay.
Target demolition shot, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Go to battle.
I have nothing.
Oh. Lucky.
Well, we'll see what happens in game 3. Right, we'll go first. see. This hand is poopy. Don't want the poopy hand. Alright, I guess we will start with Alpris the Sower. We'll use its effects. We will get rid of you and Mill and draw. Not the best draw in the world. Pretty good mills though, all things considered. We will set and set, and then pass the turn.
Okay, well that's definitely a trade in. Oh no. Trade in.
2 trade-ins seems like a pretty good start. Toby.
Picklon.
This was a fantastic turn 1. What are you talking about? Ow. What is the draws, brother? We will set, and set. Pass the turn.
Throw my howling 1 away.
Okie dokie.
Toby Shock Helmet Fusion.
Okay. This, what, recycles fusion or something?
Demolition Charge Expert Warning Heavy Shock.
Okay, so what card are you going to destroy on your field is the question.
Oh yeah, and then destroy 1 card on your field. Destroy the other fusion.
Well, we've just got a fusion, we don't need that other one.
Yep. By turn.
Yep.
Ooh. Doop.
Last hammer. Elemental.
Fusion.
Will you destroy another monster?
Nope. I kind of want to keep the heavy shock.
Goodbye, Gekka. And goodbye, Dahlia.
Okay.
What are we doing with this? We have a play, but what does that play really do? Activate Star Restart. We will grab back Rindo. Wow. And take back Fusion. Then I will go ahead and activate Invading Nature, and we'll pop this back row. I'm happy that's gone. I'm going to normal summon out Gekka, activate the effect, pay the 5, get back Dahlia. We will activate Fusion and combine our monsters together. Wow. Can then activate the effect, allow it to attack directly, and I can set Stance from Graveyard. Set, go to battle, and then declare a direct attack. And we'll pass on that.
Let's send you.
Icon
You and you. Can we get games worth of damage here? I think yeah, we can.
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
Well, 45.
I think it's pretty obvious here who was going to win this. I mean, plants unfortunately do not kind of pack the wallop that worms do. Even more outdated than them. But how did it feel playing with the worms?
Felt good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really like worms.
Yeah, worms are really cool. I'm still not 100% on like this new stuff like Blastomat. Just because like Blastomat himself is a great card. But the rest of the worm package feels a little bit lackluster outside of Blastomat, I guess. Because it feels a lot like Beast Warriors, in which you're really, really good at summoning a really big board and nothing else. and you're also super reliant on field spells, which also feels a bit off, right? So Blastomut does give them what they need to be able to break through, but then they lack a bit of back row hate / like a bit of protection to be able to just break through, which is why I found a lot of success playing it with the Pyro stuff, which has access to the fusion that pops all the back row. Because then you're kind of sat there with this combo of, oh, I'm going to pop all your back row, then I'm going to pop your monsters to get them out of the way, and then I can get a load of damage in, which feels quite nice. But yeah, the new support, obviously both these fusion monsters, which are both on the field at the moment, both really, really cool. Both have what the deck needs. It needed ways to get monsters out of the way. Before this, the only real good way it had was the fusion between Bill Dragon and the normal monster, which you can send the field spell to the grave to pop monsters. But obviously, you don't really want to be sending your field spell to the graveyard. Like, you kind of sort of like, well, this is okay if I want to recycle it a bunch, but if I don't,
Yeah.
But,
the new fire stuff obviously has ways to get the field spell back out of the graveyard, but
yeah. But
the constructors didn't.
Whereas with the plants, you know, the plants are cool. I didn't really get to show off a ton of what they can do. Like, there are a bunch of other fusions, but the RNG wasn't really with us to summon them, unfortunately. A Trains has 2 different fusions it can go into, one of which is really funny, because its effect is that it reduces the attack of monsters on your side of the field by, let me just get the exact number, 730,000 attack and defense.
What?
Yep, I can just reduce the attack of 2 monsters by 730,000.
That's hilarious.
The other Trains fusion lets you kind of swarm the board with a 3,000 attacker. There's the one which you will clearly remember, the Submarine, which can pop 2 cards on the field, which unfortunately not super useful against your deck when I think most of the time you were sat there with a destruction prevention monster. And then the other one is Javelin Ducks, which is pretty cool, which again, destroy a face-up monster on your opponent's field. All of these effects not super useful into your equip spell, unfortunately. But we did get to see a little bit of Doshin Kaika and some direct attacking shenanigans, which is always kind of fun. Oh, but yeah, GG, buddy.
GG.